حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. This portion of the verse in Surah Al-Mujadilah reminds us that belief and attaining knowledge are among two qualities of excellence in a person, and that these are the reasons for a person to excel and be elevated among others. We may not understand why a person is distinguished or stands out among others, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decrees this station due to belief and due to having been given knowledge. And also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala affirms in Surah Al-Ra'd that He Jalla Jalaluhu does not change a nation or a people until they have changed themselves. We must seek change, that is transformation first. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make that transformation easy and accessible. In today's orientation session, inshallah, we will go through the following information for you. We will begin our orientation session with a Chancellor's address to the students, followed by a discussion on offered programs, study material, course evaluation, study method, semester cycle, and how you can seek support from the faculty. Next, we will talk about how to register for exam centers, the importance of assignments, an official address to scholarship students, how you can effectively manage your time, and how you can get support from the Student Affairs Office. We will also have a short tutorial on navigating your student dashboard, followed by a discussion on Student Representative Council, Students' Code of Conduct, and a Q&A session with Sister Sana Khan, and concluding our session for today with a word of thanks. Dear students, I'm sure all of you are very familiar with Dr. Bilal Phillips, who is the founder and chancellor of IOU. He begins our session with a personal address to you. Dr. Bilal is a Jamaican-Canadian Islamic scholar. Shortly after his reversion to Islam, he embarked on a spiritual academic journey to the other side of the world, seeking Islamic knowledge in Saudi Arabia, where he completed a bachelor's in Islamic studies in Al-Madinah, a master's in Islamic theology in Riyadh, and later a PhD at the University of Wales in Islamic theology. Dr. Bilal Phillips has written, translated, and commented on over 50 published books on various Islamic topics. He has also edited and published the 56-book Iman reading series for children and presented Islamic programs for a number of years on Riyadh Channel, Sharjah TV, as well as Peace TV, Huda TV, Islam Channel, and The Deen Show. Without any further delay, dear students, Dr. Bilal Phillips.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. The world today is a cauldron of confusion, with new ideologies being thrust into the forefront of the media. Education is changing. People are being driven towards confrontational and anti-religious customs. We are living in a time when adhering to Islamic values is indeed like clinging on to hot coals. In the midst of all of this, the International Open University, IOU, stands firmly committed to offering higher education infused with Islamic values in all fields of study. Being faced with the tribulations of our current times, while remaining laser-focused with determination and steadfastness based on authentic knowledge, promotes success in weathering the tempest of the modern anti-religious onslaught. IOU remains an anchor in the midst of this chaos by providing its students the ability needed to avert them from being swayed away from attaining their goals as a direct result of deviation from Allah's path. Instead of losing course, all of us at IOU strive to push ahead, determined to work towards our goals. Seeking knowledge is a lifelong obligation for Muslims. Talabul ilmi farida ala kulli Muslim. We are encouraged to learn new knowledge and skills. We are also admonished to use this knowledge for the benefit of ourselves, the betterment of our families, our societies, and humanity in general. Whether it be a trade, a hobby, or knowledge, all newly acquired information can be used to better our lives and the lives of those around us. With that, IOU is proud to announce the introduction of some new streams of study, insha'Allah, coming in the fall of 2023. MSc in Psychology, MAIS, which is research-based, and a Master's in Arabic Linguistics, which is also research-based. Maintaining the focus on providing the Ummah with quality Islamic education to revive the grandeur to the Islamic nation. IOU is also working on introducing the master's level studies in IBEF, Islamic Banking, Economics, and Finance. Also masters in Business Administration and Education in the near future. By Allah's permission and by Allah's grace. The International Open University has been instrumental in bringing education to the Ummah for over a decade. What began as a single degree program of study in Islamic studies has flourished into the General Diploma in Islamic Studies, which is free, the GQMC, which is the Global Quran Memorization Center, providing for thousands to study the Quran, to memorize the Quran, wherever they are in the world. And a degree campus of 7 majors, Islamic Studies being the initial degree, which later evolved into degrees in psychology, education, information technology, business administration, Islamic economics, and Arabic language. IOU also has programs for those who speak Russian, Indonesian, and Urdu. While the world struggled to offer education online during the COVID outbreak, IOU was already in place and ready to continue providing authentic knowledge to the Islamic nation. It was fully capable of delivering the quality learning experience required for the future of online education. With Allah's blessings, IOU seeks to add to the body of knowledge that it is providing to the Ummah in the next semester and in the near future. Muslims are instructed by Allah to be mindful. Allah challenges us in the Quran in Surah Muhammad, verse 24. He said, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Do they not reflect upon the Quran, or are their hearts locked up? We are admonished not only to read the Quran and to learn it, to memorize it, but to reflect and be mindful of the Quran and what it contains, to make the conscious decision to follow it and to act upon it, to act upon what Allah has sent in His final message. Therefore, mindful learning is the basis of a Muslim's education. Deciding to learn knowledge, whether Islamic studies and learning about Allah and His messages sent to humankind throughout human history, or to learn otherworldly knowledge. However, all within the scope of Islamic principles, which would be, inshallah, pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Each Muslim will be asked about the time he or she has spent from the time he or she was given. We can use the new life situations to fall into despair and our own destruction, or we can choose to refocus our intentions, to redirect our lives and the use of our time, which is a gift given to us by Allah, to be mindful of our situations and what may be a new direction given to us by Allah for our future, and to learn new knowledge and skills and improve the ummah with this knowledge. Mindful learning is making the choice to study Islamic studies or to study other sciences from an Islamic perspective, being conscious of what we learn, who we learn from, and how we learn. What we learn, we should be learning about Allah and His final message, which is included in the worldly subjects as well, so that all knowledge is gained and utilized in ways which Allah approves. Who do we learn from? We should be learning from reputable scholars who have learned from reputable scholars, whose knowledge is taken from original sources. How we learn? Putting in the requisite time and effort to learn what is taught well, and revising this knowledge, making the knowledge a part of us and not just something we pass through. Beneficial knowledge is so important. We have supplications both for it and against its opposite. The Prophet ﷺ taught us, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a. Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge. And He also taught us saying, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa'. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from useless knowledge. Therefore, mindful learning is also analyzing the knowledge at hand and deciding if it is actually beneficial or not, and focusing on that which is of benefit, while using that focus to direct our lives and the lives we influence towards pleasing Allah and ultimately bringing us closer to Him. I ask Allah to make this a beneficial year for all of those who are connected to IOU, as student body, faculty, and administration, and to bless our efforts and accept them as sincerely made for His pleasure. Ameen. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakumullahu khairan kathira, Dr. Bilal. We ask Allah to bless your efforts and preserve you for the IOU and the Ummah. Dear students, it is imperative that we familiarize ourselves with the category our program falls under, as the rules governing these categories are different. You may check the name of your program at the top right corner of your account after login. So, at International Open University, we offer two kinds of programs: revised programs that consist of a new curriculum, and the ongoing programs which continue with older curriculum. Under revised programs, we offer both undergraduate programs as well as graduate programs. And some of our undergraduate programs include Bachelor of Arts in Arabic Language Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Islamic Studies, Bachelor of Science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance, Bachelor's in Business Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and Bachelor of Education with a concentration in English. Our graduate programs include Master of Arts in Islamic Studies with a concentration in research, Master of Arts in Arabic Language Studies, again with a concentration in research, and a Master of Science in Psychology and Islamic Counseling. Under ongoing programs, we have postgraduate certificate programs like the Bridge to Masters in Islamic Studies and the Bridge to Masters in Arabic, graduate programs like the Master of Arts in Islamic Studies, undergraduate programs like the Bachelor of Science in Information and Technology, certificate programs like Certificate in Business Administration, Certificate in Psychology, Certificate in Islamic Banking, Economics and Finance, Certificate in Information and Technology, and Certificate in Education. We also offer associate degree programs like Associate Degree in Business Administration, associate degree in psychology, associate degree in Islamic banking, economics, and finance, associate degree in information and technology, and associate degree in education. We also have open education programs like the intensive Arabic program and an audit stream. Dear students, once enrolled into the IOU courses, you have access to the following study material which will aid you in your studies. The course text. The course text is the core text that will be used for the course. It is available as an e-copy on your course dashboard that can be downloaded. Next, we have the module or the unit audios or videos that are recorded sessions of the explanations of the topics covered in the book. The content of the audio and video is exactly the same. The supplementary recorded sessions are additional recordings by the course teacher to help you understand the concept better. This is followed by the midterm and final study questions, which will help you gauge your understanding of the topic. Please note that this is not a document that gives you access to the questions that will appear in the exams. It is only for practice. For the exams, you are advised to study from all the material listed above. The course evaluation is done through multiple ways and the aggregate is considered at the end. In simple words, each type of coursework contributes a certain fixed percentage to the final course grade. Please note that there is only one assignment to be submitted per course. The MAIS course-based courses have research papers to be submitted, and all specific information can be accessed from the schedule. Each module or unit has a small test to be attempted in order to proceed to the next module. You should be knowing which course category you fall under, revised or non-revised, as the exam pattern is slightly different. For all revised programs, the midterm and final exams are of two parts. Part A has the multiple choice questions, while Part B are open-ended questions. As for the non-revised programs, it is only one part with multiple choice questions. These are the essentials on the course page in order to ensure that effective learning takes place. Number one, the event schedule and calendar for marking all important deadlines. Number two, course syllabus section. Now, this section offers a detailed analysis of what you will be studying throughout your course. Next, make sure you download or read your course texts for each module or video. The textbook will be provided by IOU and will be available on your course dashboard. This is essential throughout the course as the course teacher will be using this book to proceed. Make sure, dear students, that you watch or listen to the module audios or videos. Please note that the content on the audio file is exactly the same as the video file. However, students find it useful sometimes to download the audio and play it while they're working or commuting. This is an extremely useful feature as our students have vouched for it as well. You will also find a course notes section. These notes are not written by IOU but have been shared by our dedicated students. You may refer to them, but IOU is not liable for any errors on it. Also, dear students, please make sure that you seek clarification through the students' discussion forum and ask the teachers forum and emailing your course faculty as well. These forums are a good platform for the teachers and students to discuss their questions or seek clarifications. Study method for revised programs. Dear students, please note that there are two parts of the midterm exams and final exams for students of revised programs. You will find Part A, which consists of 30 MCQ questions that constitutes to about 60% of the total weightage of your exam. And you will also find Part B, which contains open-ended questions that constitute to about 40% of weightage of your midterm and final exam. Dear students, please note that the number of questions in your exam will vary from course to course. Also note that the midterm exams as well as the final exams are required to be attempted at the exam center. The maximum allowed duration to complete the program for full-time students is 6 years, and for part-time students is 9 years. Please note, dear students, that acceleration plan is not available for students of revised programs. Students will not be allowed to retake a particular module or course more than 3 times, and students of revised program who do not complete at least 25 credits from first year curriculum within first calendar year shall not be allowed to continue the program. As you can see on the screen, dear students, the study method of the revised programs is very much different to all other programs. So as discussed in the previous slide, students of revised programs are required to attend their midterm exams at an IOU approved exam center, as well as their final exams at an IOU approved exam center. Now, for students of all other programs except revised programs, MAIS, and PhD, midterm exams are required to be attempted at home. And final exams, on the other hand, are required to be attempted at an IOU approved exam center. Study method for the revised master's programs. Please note, dear students, that only full-time study plan is currently available. There will be different number of modules for each program, and there will be different number of credits for each course. Make sure you refer to the curriculum on the website. Please also note that there are different number of modules in each semester. Also, there is a different course evaluation scheme for each of these courses. Please note, dear students, that the midterm exams as well as final exams of revised master's programs are required to be attempted at the exam center for theoretical courses. Please note, dear students, that the maximum allowed duration to complete revised master's programs for full-time students is 2 years, and for part-time students is 4 years. Accelerated plan is not available. Students will not be allowed to retake a particular module or course more than 3 times, and students who do not complete at least 25 credits from first year curriculum within first calendar year shall not be allowed to continue the program. Study method for MAIS. Please note, dear students, that there will be no midterm exams. Instead, your research paper constitutes to about 50% in the evaluation scheme. Please make sure that you review the reading material, listen to the lectures, and take notes so as to attempt the module test. Study method for the intensive Arabic program. Dear students, please note that the semester in the intensive Arabic program is divided into 2 sessions named Fall 2023 Session 1 and Fall 2023 Session 2. Fall 2023 Session 1 commenced on the 1st of September 2023, and Fall 2023 Session 2 will begin on 24th of November 2023. Please note that each semester has 2 sessions, each with a midterm and a final exam. In each of these sessions, you can only study 1 course at a time. Each course is a prerequisite to the next course. That means you can only enroll in IAP Arabic 102 after passing IAP Arabic 101 course. Please note, dear students, that the event schedule and calendar for Intensive Arabic program is different from other offered programs. Intensive Arabic program students can see the Intensive Arabic program calendar on the student dashboard. Dear students, I hope you understand that we have a system in place. So please watch this tutorial to understand the placement of the different elements of your course page. We also encourage you to log in to your course page and navigate along with us.
You through how a course page looks like. So this is the course page that we have logged into. The main area of the course page will include course forums. Here you have any announcement pertaining to that particular course. By a course, we mean a subject and not the program. So you may be in the program BAIS degree, but in that you are in a course, say Aqidah 101, or that is AQD 101. So this is how a course page looks like. You have the course forum wherein you have the announcements portal where all announcements pertaining to that course will be made by a course teacher. Followed by Ask the Teacher. This is a forum wherein you can post a query directly to your teacher and she will get back to you on the portal itself. Students Discussion Forum is for students to discuss amongst themselves of any doubt that they have when covering the program or anything related to the course itself. Technical Feedback Forum is for those who would like to report a technical issue they face on the course page. Moving ahead, the next block is course text and study material. Here, all the text material that you require for this course will be present over here. And all of this study material is what is mentioned in the modules going ahead. So, in order to access it, you just need to click it and it will get saved onto your device. Course notes section usually includes notes not by the university but made by the semester students of the earlier semesters. So you may access them and go through it, but IOU does not take liability for those notes as those are not prepared by IOU itself. You have live sessions next, which is under this block you might have the recordings of the previous live sessions, or you will also have the link to the upcoming live sessions under this block. After that commences the modules, wherein you have all the modules, and under modules you will have the module notes, you will have the module audio, module video, which will be divided into parts or it will be a single video. The module audio is nothing but the audio of the video and it is not different from the video in any way. It is usually utilized by those students who would like to download the lessons and listen to them while doing their other chores or going through their commitments. If some modules do not have a PDF attached to it, it just means that there is no PDF required for that particular module, and in some courses you will see that the page numbers are mentioned. If the page numbers are mentioned, you are requested to go through the course text and study material to see which book and which page numbers are referenced. Towards the middle of the course page, you will find an assignment page. Research paper is only applicable for certain courses and not all courses. You will find an assignment page, and in the assignment page you can then go through the assignment that is listed out for you along with the details that are mentioned in. For example, this assignment over here, when you click on the assignment, it will give you instructions in the first go, and then it will also inform you of all the specifications that you need to be aware of. And here you have the question in the form of a PDF, which you need to download, and then based on the instructions given, you need to complete the assignment. After the assignment, you have certain study questions. Please note that these study questions are not the only questions that you need to memorize or you need to study for the exams. There can be questions that are asked outside these study questions. Following which you have the midterm exam, which will be activated at the time of the midterm, and before that you will have no access to it. So when it is time for the midterms, during that period only this portal will be open. All you need to do is click on this link and it will take you to the exam page. Following that, you have the remaining modules, which are laid out in the same manner as the other modules are laid out, and each module ends with a module test, which is compulsory for you to attend in order to activate the module test of the next module. Towards the end of the course page, you have the link to the final exam. Just like the midterm exam, this link will only be active when it is time for the exams to begin. That is during the exam week only, this link will be active. Apart from that, on the course page, on the right side of the course page, you have the teacher contact details, and this teacher will be the one who is going to support you through the course. You have their name, their email ID. In some cases, you also have their phone number and their office timings. Below that, you have the evaluation scheme, wherein the session tests are nothing but the module tests. The module tests contribute to 15% of the course grade. Midterm exam contributes to 30%, final exam 40%, assignments 15%, and that constitutes the passing mark of 50%. Below that, you have components. This is all for you to have a look at a glance. You know that this particular course has got 34 modules, out of which 17 modules are what you need to prepare for your midterm exam. And for your final exam, you need to prepare for the other 17 modules, and there is one assignment in this particular course. So this can serve as a quick check for you as in terms of planning out when and how you need to complete the modules, and it also helps you to check it off saying that I've completed the modules. Now I can move ahead to the midterms and then the finals and then the assignments.
Dear students, I hope you understood the placement of the different elements of your course page, inshallah. Moving on to the semester cycle. So, as you may be aware, dear students, that the semester has already commenced on the 1st of September, followed by the orientation sessions, which is today technically the last orientation session, inshallah. Shortly after, students can expect to receive the assignment questions, which have already been actually released, followed by the commencement of the midterm exam period. Once the normal midterm exam period ends, the deadline to submit assignments in the normal period begins, followed by the late assignment submission period and the late midterm exam period. The students are then required to register for the exam centers in preparation of the final exam period, followed by the late final exams period, which marks the end of the semester. Dear students, it is important to remember that the primary source for clearing your doubts or concerns about each course is the course teacher. Use any of the methods available through the course page to contact your teacher. You can drop them an email, contact them through the teacher as the teacher forum, or give them a phone call within the teacher's office hours. Social media groups are also set up to help you as a student to reach out to other students. However, this does not replace the direct guidance from your course teacher. I would like to stress here that while it is not permissible for your course teacher to give you the correct answer on a missed module test, this in no way implies that the course teacher is prevented from helping you concerning the modules and test questions. You are permitted to inform your teacher of any missed questions on a test and verify that it is indeed incorrect, as a computer error occurs and it may be marked incorrectly. In this case, the course teacher will manually adjust the mark, giving you credit. If your answer is incorrect upon checking, the course teacher is allowed to clarify any misunderstanding of the information and direct you to the part of the lesson or reading material or lecture where you can find the correct answer. Also note that inquiries that mention the module test questions should never be posted in the discussions forum. Instead, they should be sent via email directly to the course teacher. Dear students, IOU scheduling and operations run on UTC time. Do you know the time difference between your local time and the UTC? Here's an activity. Type your city and country and the current time difference between UTC and your current time. Currently, it's almost 6 a.m. UTC. So calculate the difference and share on the chat window. Okay, so let's move on to our next slide. Exam centers. So, dear students, please note that it is compulsory to attempt midterms and final exams at the IOU approved exam centers. IOU approved exam centers are separate organizations. Students, therefore, must make complete arrangements with exam centers. The center registration procedure is very straightforward. Number one, contact your approved exam center via email, call, and a physical visit. Number two, check their availability for midterm and final exam dates and times. Number three, check availability for your gender. Number four, do also check if they're charging you any fee. And finally, make sure you also check their weekends and weekdays availability. You are also allowed to suggest a new center if there is no suitable center near you or the existing center is far away from where you stay. Students are therefore responsible to contact any proposed center and make all arrangements prior to notifying IOU about adding them as an exam center. Dear students, you are researchers. Your research begins now. While asking questions is helpful, as a researcher, you should begin by trying to find the answers to queries yourself by searching for them, especially in the MAIS. They consist of a major portion of the overall grade, even in undergrad studies. However, there is more to the research put into assignments than just attaining a mark. The various projects also develop various skills required for many types of research and verification of information in life. We have a Telegram group for assignments and research papers for brothers as well as sisters. If you wish to be added into these groups, please contact Help Desk. An address to the scholarship students. There are some points worth mentioning concerning IOU's scholarship program. Dear students, please note that the funds allotted for the scholarships are donated by generous donors, especially reserved for the deserving. It is expected that the students on scholarship will give the opportunity its due right by performing well. Please also note that the scholarship students are required to enroll in minimum 6 courses and pass them all. BSc psychology students, however, must enroll in at least 5 courses and make sure they pass them all. For IAP students, they are required to enroll and pass in 1 course. Being a scholarship student, you are not allowed to drop your courses or switch programs. Also note that awarding of subsequent scholarships depends upon your academic performance. IOU holds the authority to renew, levy fines, and even terminate the scholarship based on the level of compliance with the scholarship policies. Dear students, effective studies requires good time management skills. Here are 5 tips to help you study effectively. Number one, renew your intention. Ask yourself, who are you doing this for? How are you going to seek the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through studying? How can you make studying an act of worship and service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Next, prepare a schedule. Find a good time and a good place to study during the day so that your focus, attention, and productivity remains consistent. Next, make sure you mark all important dates on your personal calendar, such as the dates for exams, assignments, as well as any other important deadlines. Please make sure you also sync your personal calendar to your to your phone number so that you receive notifications too. Lastly, remember to take breaks and practice stress management skills like deep breathing, taking a walk, and taking enough breaks so as to re energize yourself. At the Student Affairs Office, we strive to engage in all aspects of students' lives and collaborate with students, faculty, staff, alumni, and many others in the delivery of key services and support to students. At the Student Affairs Office, we aim to offer programs and services that support the optimal growth of students, enhance their intellectual, social, religious, and academic development by providing opportunities for students to experience education and explore interests beyond the classroom. We also aim to increase student engagement in university activities by providing and promoting quality services and programs. We also aim to support a diverse community of learners to enhance student life and create opportunities to develop students as ethical and responsible leaders who make positive impacts in the community. We also aim to increase student retention by creating more inclusive and supportive environments that fosters a sense of connectedness to the university. Our dedicated team offers several services to students to assist them with their academic journey at IOU. Various offices of the Student Affairs Office are there for you to provide seamless study experience. Hence, you may contact Student Information and Support Center for any administrative queries you have by sending an email to helpdesk@iou.edu.gm. The Student Success Team aims to see students successfully completing their education at IOU. Hence, you will find the team contacting you via call as well as some social media applications and would try to keep you on track. You can also schedule an appointment for live call to discuss your study concerns. Our student counselor can help you in time management and developing various study skills so that you ace your studies. You can get in touch with the student counselor by filling the form available on the student counseling page. Our student counselor is also running separate Telegram groups to provide assistance, especially for female students with young kids, working professionals, and the elderly students. Students with special needs are also encouraged to get in touch with her. Lastly, we encourage you to download Telegram application on your smartphone and get in touch with your fellow senior students to get study support and motivation.
Login page, once you enter your or username as well as your password and we log in, this is how your dashboard would look at the beginning. There are a couple of components over here that we need to go through in order to access the different features that are there on the dashboard and also for us to complete the courses that we are enrolled in. Starting off at the top, under My Courses, you will see a drop down. This will give you an idea of the courses that you are enrolled into. Currently, if the student is enrolled into one course, we can see the first course over here, and if there are many other courses, those can be seen over here under My Courses. Now, if you want to access the courses that you have enrolled into quite easily, then this is your place. You just come over here, click on the drop down, and then you can gain access to your courses. Other than that, next to it, you have the Courses button. And when you click on the Courses button, you have multiple tabs that you can gain access to. The first one is the Enrolled Courses. This is a list of courses that you are enrolled into as a student. The student is currently enrolled into Orientalism, that is DHD 502, and the course is hyperlinked. So if you open when you click on the hyperlink, you can directly go to the course page. Next, over here, it will also give an idea about the course grade as to what is the course grade for that particular course. Now, as you can see over here, that the course does not have any grades recorded, and that is why it shows cannot view any grades. Over here, it will tell you the number of modules that are pending for you. So in this course, for the student, module 1, starting from module 1, the student hasn't attempted. So that's the module that it is showing you. Suppose you have completed 10 modules, it will show you module 11 over here, and you can directly access the course and the modules from this tab. Under all courses, you have the list of courses that are available in your program. So you can have a look at all the courses that are available in your program under all courses. Under completed courses, you will get an idea about how many courses have you completed and the grade that is put against it. In case you find some semesters over here in which the courses are not completed, so you can prioritize those and complete them in the upcoming semesters. Next tab is calendar, and the calendar will give you an idea about what are the deadlines of certain the exams or the coursework that is there pertaining to your enrolled program. Next is exam centers, and we have two tabs under that. One is info and the other is arrangement. Now under the exam tab, you will have all information of your exam centers and other details on how to register for it. Now, in case you do not have a center in your area and you would like to register for a new center, under exam centers you have the tab that says arrangement. When you click on that, you will get all the details of the center that you can possibly recommend to IOU to act as the center for the exams. The existing center information will be available under info, and all of that information will be visible to you as soon as the portal opens. You will only be able to see those centers that are in the country that you have registered from. In case you would like to apply for a center for a non-resident country, you will see a link in which you need to click. But all information regarding an exam centers can be accessed through this tab at the top. Then you have student support, which is divided into multiple areas of student affairs office. We have semester cycle, student handbook, and so on and so forth. So anything that you would like to refer to in order to understand how things work, or even a set of how-tos, for example, how to register for the Tajweed class, how to unenroll from a course, how to apply for a waiver. All of this can be found under student support. When clicking on the right tab, you will be directed to the whole set of information. Apart from this, what is important for us is at the right side, top right side, you will see your name as well as their student ID. Many students wish to know their student ID is exactly at the top right of your dashboard. What you see in terms of the time over here is the UTC time. So this becomes a good reference point for you. All you need to do is compare this time with your local time, and then you will understand how ahead or how behind you are of the UTC time. This is extra beneficial during examinations when you have the portals getting closed at 6 p.m. UTC. So instead of converting the time to your local time zone, and which may result in some mistakes, all you need to do is look at this clock at the top right in order to understand what is the UTC time. Moving on, at the banner that you have over here, you once again have calendar, announcements, all courses, course enrollment, grade history, and help desk. Calendar is similar to what you saw at the top. Apart from that, you have announcements. As a student at IOU, wherein we are using the online medium, it is absolutely essential for us as students to ensure that we check the announcements portal all the time in order to check for any latest announcements. So here you have an entire, it becomes an announcement board or a notice board wherein we have all the important information, all important announcements made on this portal. Next, you have all courses, which is similar to the courses tab that we saw on top, followed by course enrollment. This is used in when you wish to enroll into your courses. Grade history will show you all the grades of the completed courses so far, which will be divided as per the semesters in which you have completed it in. And then you have help desk in order to raise a query directly from your dashboard without emailing. All you need to do is key in your subject Select the issue type, write down a brief about the issue, and if you have a supporting document, add it on and submit it. You don't have to go and create an email from your inbox. You can directly send a query from your dashboard. The next important part of your dashboard is the schedule block. Here you will be able to see the academic calendar based on the program that you're enrolled in, and here you only have a view of all the important dates that are required in terms of your coursework. Furthermore, you will have additional details in terms of these information blocks that are given at the bottom of the dashboard, and these information boxes are self-explanatory, and it can be utilized in order for you to go through any academic concerns if you have. This is for normal course enrollment, early course enrollment, and these are the extra course enrollments. Like I mentioned, these names are self-explanatory, so for any query or any portal that you wish to access, you're requested to come to the dashboard and go through these blocks that are mentioned over here and click on the relevant link. For example, if you have any exemption request, you will go through the request block and then select the one that is applicable. Under documents, it is all referring to the document requests that you have or the ones that you would like to apply for. Exams, the exam center info that we spoke about at the beginning is also mentioned over here. Any error reports that you need to make, fee issues, student services, support, all of these blocks are on your dashboard from where you can access all the information that is required.
Dear students, IOU has an international body of student representatives consisting of both IOU staff as well as students who are based in different parts of the world. They can be reached via email or telegram. You can find your local student committee, or if there isn't one, you can make one by contacting SA Officer 2 at iou.edu.gm. To view and reach out to our representatives and student committees, visit www.iou.edu.gm/representatives. While it is the goal we strive for at IOU that all members, such as our administration, staff, and students, have a positive and beneficial experience while affiliated with IOU, we do realize that Shaitan never rests. Stirring up animosity, especially among Muslim brothers and sisters, is one way for Shaitan to attain the goal of separating believers from aspects of following the deen. Therefore, just as every institute needs a code of conduct to promote a positive and balanced environment in which to operate, IOU as well has outlined some detailed protocols with regards to studies, examinations, social media, communication with the faculty, and live webinars. Please familiarize yourself with the code of conduct accessible through the student support dashboard. For any student who contravenes these rules, strict disciplinary action shall be taken. IOU also opens the channels through which your own complaints and grievances can be heard and appropriate solutions are provided. Hence, you all must familiarize yourself with the grievance policy as outlined on the Students' Code of Conduct page so that issues are resolved appropriately. Basically, if you have any complaints against any student or staff or faculty member, you should first try to resolve issues with the relevant person through polite discussion. If this does not resolve the issue, then you can report an academic grievance against any faculty member through the teacher complaint portal. Non-academic grievances can be brought into the attention of the Secretary of the Disciplinary and Grievance Committee by sending an email to grievances@iou.edu.gm. We do wish to remind our students that taking grievances to open social media forums and spreading accusations is not only Islamically reprehensible, it could also possibly put the student into a situation of facing account for such rants in front of Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Please, dear students, fear Allah, even in anger, and take appropriate steps to resolve issues. Do not enter into riba and namima over something that should be solved quietly. We remind ourselves first and then others that shielding the misdeeds of others while seeking retribution for actions is because of Allah also covering our own misdeeds that we may not remember. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all and guide us. Ameen. Dear students, would you be able to take a moment to share your feedback for the orientation session? The link to the feedback form will be shared on the chat window. And now we will move on to the Q&A session where you can send in your questions that you either had before the session or have accumulated during the session. We have Sister Sana Khan, to answer your questions and clarify any issues you have about the upcoming semester. Over to you, Sister Sana.
Jazakallahu khair, Sister Saima. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to our dear guests who have joined us today. I will be honored to answer your questions if you have any. If you have any questions, you can, inshallah, share them in the YouTube chat section so that, inshallah, we can pick your questions from there. Okay, so we have a question here. Please, how do I contact my lecturer when I'm having an issue regarding my studies, and also the assignment is a bit confusing? Okay, so it was explained in one of the videos that was running some minutes ago, that there is a section where you have the option of contacting the course teacher on the respective course page. You have that block on the right hand side when you go to a particular course page, let's say Akida 101. So on the right hand side, you will find a particular box there which says teacher contact details. You know, it's one of the first boxes that you will usually see on the course page. So you will find the teacher's email ID. So you are most welcome to email the respective course teacher and get your doubts clarified, inshallah. I hope that helps. Hadith and Salafi knowledge. Please, how do I contact my lecturer? Okay, I think I've answered this. It has been asked twice. Okay. What if there are no exam centers in my location? So no problem. If you don't have any exam center around you, you are most welcome to look for a center which is close to your place. And then you can suggest that as a new center. And inshallah, our global examinations officer will look into the request. And if all the requirements are fulfilled by the center, then it will be accepted and you can proceed to give the exams there. Right. Share some more details about community service. Okay, so community service, since you've not mentioned your stream, so I would just generally mention that most of the streams at IOU do have community service, except for the certificate programs and, even for the audit programs. So this is like, based on the program that you are in, you are supposed to submit a dedicated number of hours per semester. And that would include, as the name suggests, since it's community service, so basically serving the community around you. It could be teaching, Islam. It could be, doing on-ground service, like, preparing food or things like that, teaching someone. All of this would come under community service. An important point, however, to bear in mind is that you are not supposed to take any, any kind of fee or anything for the service that you're charging. So it should be absolutely free of cost, and inshallah that can be submitted as CS work. The other important thing is we have a revised policy for CS work since spring 22, the March of spring 22, wherein you cannot submit individual CS work anymore. It has to be supervised work. In other words, it has to be done under some organization or some masjid or some center. And so basically, the supervisor there should sign your CS work, and then you can submit that. So that was very briefly about the CS submissions. In case you have any more queries, you are free to ask, inshallah. Okay, how can I calculate my GPA to know if I'm on first class? Okay, first class and second class, this is not the system that we follow at IOU in terms of giving classes. This is an old British system. We do not follow that anymore. We follow the GPA system that is usually used in today's time. And for the calculation of your GPA, you need to email the help desk, and we will get that calculated for you from the relevant department and inform you. And that's a long calculation, so I would not be able to share here, but you are most welcome to email us at the help desk, inshallah. Right. Okay, any more questions?
Okay, so I think we don't have any more questions. Jazakallah khairan kathira, Sister Sana, for taking your time to clarify a few very important questions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you abundantly. Ameen.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Sister. Barakallahu feek.
Wa feeki barakallah. Dear students, as we end this session today, we give thanks first to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us with the opportunity to learn about His deen without having to traverse the earth for knowledge. This is indeed a huge blessing. We thank Dr. Bilal for conceptualizing affordable Islamic education and bringing it to the Ummah, and we express our gratitude to all of the shuyukh who teach Islamic knowledge and add Islamic perspective to the secular knowledge, making it relevant to the Ummah. Thanks to all of IOU's behind the scenes staff and volunteers who keep IOU online and running. Finally, thank you, dear students, for attending and being a part of the IOU family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your efforts and increase your reward. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.